Welcome back to On a Journey with Gisellle, y'all. I am your host, Gisellle, and we are back. We are ending August, walking into September, whatever you want to call it. We are going into it. Fall is upon us. And yeah, as we wrap up this month, I just want to say it's been a month. Honestly, this month I've had to sit with some heavy emotions. Like I said at the start of this month, I felt like my feelings were getting the best and taking my power. I talked about that in the previous episode, so make sure you go check that out. But as I continued to press in, I just realized that God was showing me something. And that was this is a season about acceptance, accepting life for what it is, where it's at, accepting people for who they are. And most importantly, realizing and accepting that I don't have to carry everything with me. I don't have to carry everything with me. And that's really what this season has taught me about. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. I want to talk about what does it mean to accept in that journey that I'm on. But before we do that, as I've been reflecting on this month, something that I've noticed is that I've been really intentional and what's helped me with accepting, and that's getting back to my foundation. Every Wednesday, I've been doing a practice to get back into fasting. And what that has consisted of me really getting into my word and allowing God to speak, hearing from Him and hearing clearly from Him. I've also leaned into therapy, and because I did take a break, we'll talk about that. And then talking with my support system, my sister, shout out Gabby Gab. And all of that has really helped me face my feelings instead of running from them. And that's really what acceptance is about. I was reminded of Psalms 34:18, and it says, "The Lord is close to those that are brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And that really has resonated with me and helped me for this month because I had to admit, like, there were some days where y'all, like, I've explained, like, I've been crushed and I didn't feel like doing it. And I didn't feel like keep on pressing in. But I felt God drawing me closer in those moments to Him. And it just reminds me that God, He got me. Now, you're probably wondering, like, okay, Giselle, I know what acceptance means. But what I want to talk about really, like, like, not the casual, like, acceptance of agreeing with everything or pretending like it doesn't hurt. No, not that type of acceptance. The acceptance that I'm talking about that I learned and that this journey that I'm on is simply saying, this is what it is right now. I can't control how other people show up. I can't control the choices that other people make. But what I can choose and how I respond. My response is everything. And that is what I've been learning about acceptance. I realized for a long time, rejection and abandonment has shaped my story. It's gotten me and something that I'm still working on, but it's not my story that I want to be defined by. Not anymore. Sometimes I feel acceptance feels like grief. That's this journey that I've been on, feeling like I'm mourning the loss of something or someone. But through this grief, I'm learning that acceptance is also a release. I'm releasing. And when I release, I am creating room for freedom. And that's something that I've been really proud about. The grieving and it hasn't been easy, but the freedom that I've experienced has been really grateful. And some practical steps that have really helped me walk out acceptance in a practical manner is just identifying, being real. Like, I talk about that all the time. Being real about what I'm struggling to accept, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a situation, a person, what I can't control, and expressing that. And that looks like not bottling it up, journaling it, praying about it, talking about it to somebody I trust. And that sometimes is not easy. It hurts. But then at the end of the day, you release it. You lay it down, you give it to God, and you say, it's not in my control. And then replace it. Do something that gives you space, like writing. For me, it's writing, moving, exercising, being creative, doing my podcast, talking to you. And lastly, returning to your foundation of whatever grounds you. Is that prayer, fasting? For me, it was scriptures, being disciplined. Those are the things that anchored me. And in Isaiah 26:3, it says, "Who will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you?" And I have found that to be so true because when peace comes, it's like me returning back to Him. And that is what I'm learning with acceptance. And that is how I'm transitioning into September. As we close August, as we step into a new month, we're going to step into a new season. I feel like this is very symbolic, one that is a season ending, but a season that is also beginning, right? And for me, this is a season about freedom and listening. It's not easy, but freedom does not always feel good and it's not always fun. Sometimes it feels like we're stretching. Sometimes it feels like letting go of something that you don't want to let go of, right? We all have that, right? But on the other side of that, there is peace. And that's what I'm learning, that there's joy, that there is space to breathe again. And that is the journey of acceptance that I'm learning about. And I am walking in this period. So if you're listening to this, I want you to I want to encourage you to accept and know that acceptance is not the end. It's actually the beginning. It is your doorway to freedom and whatever that is for you, whatever that means. I want you to know that. And I wanted to get on here to share that with you. I truly, truly greatly appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you for checking in with me, rocking out. You know how I always like to say, you define your destiny. You're walking into a new month, and sometimes it might be hard, but I want you to think about this. What do I need to accept? What do I need to release so I can walk in freedom as you approach this new month? I'll leave you with that. You don't have to hold on to everything. You can let it go. You can be free and you can be you. You know what I like to always say? Until next time, peace, love, and happiness. And I'm going to add something. Keep praying, keep pressing, keep walking in your purpose. Peace.